Hey, thank you so much.
Thanks, ladies. Great win. Thanks, everyone. Joining us from Duke is head coach Kara Lawson, along with student athletes Ashlyn Jackson and Alucia Kanawa. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we will get a mic over to you. Please introduce yourself and provide the name of the media outlet you're representing. If you are on Zoom, please use the raise hand feature if you have a question. A reminder that no video recording is permitted. We can get you a recording afterwards if that interests you. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach and then open it up to the room for questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
It's a hard-fought battle. It's what we expected. Notre Dame is a great team and a team that's really hard to prepare for and really hard to play because they have so many weapons and they're very good on both ends of the floor. I thought our team stayed really disciplined defensively. I thought we executed what we were trying to do, keep them out of transition as much as we could and limit their opportunities on the glass. They beat us pretty big on the glass in the first meeting, and so we were able to kind of turn that into a double-digit plus for us. And then just made big plays late. I mean, it's what you'd expect in a March game. It was close, a possession game in the fourth quarter, and we had some players make some huge plays to give us that final separation.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go ahead and take questions from the room. We'll start in the front row, please.
Coach Skip Foreman with the News and Record of Greensboro. First question, neighborhood battle for the ACC championship. Does familiarity have a factor in this game tomorrow?
Well, I think the way the new ACC schedule is set up, we play everybody once, and except for North Carolina, we played twice. So really in this whole tournament, we've played everyone for the second time. I think there is a familiarity, certainly, with our program and NC State's program. What a wonderful team they have, a team that made the Final Four a season ago and has a lot of experience. So I anticipate it be a really competitive game, and we're excited to be in the final and play for an ACC championship.
You played this will be your third game tomorrow, but the second one was especially intense. Do you consider physical and mental, maybe fatigue, playing into this, or does it matter in March?
Yeah, I think what we try to do is make sure we place a priority on their recovery, try to get them back to the hotel and get food and get off their feet and get treatment, and understand that tomorrow's going to be as intense as this was, if not more intense, because of what we're both playing for. So, yeah, I think you understand that as a coach, that 3-3 is hard, but they're being asked to do the same thing, the opponent. So it's even. I think we both have had 2 hard games here and are going to have to put together a third one to get it.
We'll go here on our right in the second row, please.
My name is Ariel Cox from ESPN. My first question is, what does this moment mean to you?
This moment means that we have an opportunity to play for a championship. And in my time at Duke, this is the first time we've made it this far in the tournament. And so I'm really proud of my team to advance, to have the opportunity to play for an ACC championship. So it means that we've won 2 games and we got a chance to win a third tomorrow. So it's very exciting, but also we haven't really done anything yet, but just get to the final. And so both teams I know are really focused on winning the final. And so that's what we've got to do.
And my last question is, can you describe the energy of your team?
Oh, there's so many adjectives that flood into my mind, and they change daily. They are just like off the wall sometimes. They're very loud. They're very sweet and nice. Sometimes they're annoying. They just have it all, and we have so many different characters. They all have great senses of humor. I think what I love I love a lot of things about this team, but they all have a good sense of humor. Like, we can make fun of one another, which I think is like a critical thing. Like, everyone can take a joke, and they make fun of me a lot too. And I think that's good when you have that in your relationship with your players, and they have it with each other, is if somebody does something, like we're gonna make fun of them the next day. I had a good one this morning, right?
I guess.
That was a good one. That wasn't you.
That was.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What joke?
That was good.
Oh.
Yeah. That was a good one, right? So we laugh, we laugh, and nobody's above getting made fun of. I think that's important. Yeah, nobody.
We'll go right behind in the third row.
Hey, Coach. Tyler Wally for the Duke Chronicle. Can you kind of talk me through the importance down the stretch of chewing clock and making sure Notre Dame didn't have that much time to work with, even as your shots may not have been necessarily falling down?
Yeah, I think it just, obviously time and score is very important late in the game. And, if you have the lead, and certainly you have more than a one possession lead, there's opportunities to kind of shorten the game. And so we did that there with a couple possessions. We also got a big offensive rebound to be able to take even more time off the clock. So that was something that, I wouldn't say we talked about beforehand, but in the second half, the offense is in front of the coach. So I can just communicate that like live, like in stream to them what I want. And that's what we did.
We're going to stay on our right here, 2 rows back. Thank you.
Tyler Horka, Blue and Gold Illustrated. One for Coach, and it's kind of the same question for the players if they could answer it too. You mentioned game planning for Notre Dame and how difficult that is because of all the options that they have. What was different about this one? Why did it work this time and maybe not in South Bend? And then for the players, what maybe felt different about defending them this time as opposed to in South Bend as well?
I think the biggest difference from the first game to the second game was the transition, and certainly the runs. That run at the start of the third quarter up there kind of created too much separation, and we had too much of a hill to climb against them. I thought outside of that run, when I went back and looked at the tape on the first game, we played them pretty even. And so we talked about managing, when they get a couple buckets together, not letting them go on an outsized run. Now that's easy to say and hard to do. But I thought the transition game, I thought we got them into the half court more times to go against our half court defense in this game than we did in the first game. That's what it felt like. I mean, I could be wrong. I have to go back and chart possessions and see, but it felt like that they were playing against our half court defense more than the first game.
And players, again, the question was what felt different about defending Notre Dame today. Ashlyn, can you take that? And then we'll go to Alucci after you.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Coach said, our transition game, being, at South Bend up there, they capitalized on a lot of our mistakes. And I would say this game, the level of us competing was a major factor within that. They're a great team. And yeah, we just knew that going into the game that we were going to have to up that competition level and, just continue to capitalize on what we needed to work on within, their transition game.
Yeah, I agree definitely with what both Coach and Ash said, and really I just think it was our connectivity and us locking in on personnel in our defensive scheme.
Thank you. We're going to go to this center section on the left.
Megan Price, 3 Chicks in a Pod. I have 2 questions, actually. The first one's for Coach. We had an all-female ref crew today. Can you talk about how important female representation is on all levels of this game?
I think female representation is very important. In our sport, we continue to have a lot of great women in every area, whether that's coaching, whether that's obviously the young woman here playing, administrators, officials, all of that, people at the league office or at the conference office. Used to be in the NBA, the league office, conference office. And I think that's important because my players and everybody's players, but I'll speak to my players specifically, they see women at every level of our department. Our athletic director, Nina King, is a woman. And so our players know there's no limits to the different places that they can reach within the sporting world and within the business world, not just because they're very high achieving and players that are very goal oriented, but because they can see. So our goal is to just continue to surround them with good role models and continue to get them thinking big in terms of what their futures can be, because they can be just as bright, if not brighter, when they finish playing basketball.
And then for the ladies, can you talk to me a little bit about how much Jaden contributed? Her level of physicality doesn't necessarily translate to the stat sheet, but she was a momentum changer.
Yes, I said once before, Jaden is everything to us, you know. Her ability, well, her not verticality, but like just her being able to play any position on the floor, you know, and then on defense, you know, she's big for us. She helps us out a lot. But yeah, she's great, you know. Jaden, I would credit her a lot because she brings it every day in practice, you know. And, you know, coaches on all of us really to like, you know, reach that level of competition that she brings every single day. But yeah, she's really big time for us.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I know sometimes I get called the Energizer Bunny, but I mean, I was just talking about this with her yesterday, actually. I feed off of her a lot. Her energy and her intensity just builds me up. And honestly, I look to her whenever I feel like our team needs some intensity and we need to bring it up a little bit more.
We're staying on our left in the back, please.
Tucker Terry, 3304 Sports. Coach, you had 8 players score at least 4 points tonight. No one had more than 14. Can you just walk me through the depth of this team and what it means moving forward in the season?
I mean, all season we've had a rotation of 10 players, and I'm very confident in all of them. We haven't played 10 players in every single game, but we have a great deal of confidence. You know, I need to mention DeJesus. She was unbelievable. She came in the first half and changed the game for us with her shot-making ability, with her fearlessness on the drives, and with her defensive presence and just her competitiveness. And we talk about that a lot with every player on our team, is be ready to make plays. And I'm confident in all of them to make plays at any moment against any team. And so when they get in the game, they know that. And I thought she was a big difference maker for us to be able to make some plays and make some shots when we were struggling a little bit to score. She came in and was great. So we rely on our depth, something that's always been a big part of our team.
We'll come in this center section back up to Lindsay. Lindsay, if you can raise your hand a little bit. Thank you.
Lindsay Gibbs with Power Plays. This is for the players. As Coach mentioned, this team hasn't played for a championship of this level together before, but in that fourth quarter, you were so poised and got all the, every big rebound your team found, the shots. You just seemed so cool as Coach was telling everyone to settle down, but it seemed like you already were so calm. Where does that calmness and confidence come from in this moment?
I feel like it comes from our determination to, continue to get better, not just get better, but within this tournament, like there's a lot of great talent. And just, wanting to compete, at that level, tomorrow's going to be a big game. And, we've just been focusing on that. But we knew, like, going into the game that it was going to be a level that, like, we had to lock in on. And I would say that was really it. Like, we just had to focus on our determination to get to where we wanted to go.
Let's go on our left.
Lauren with the 9450. Coach, this is for you. You mentioned managing runs with Notre Dame was the focal point for today. Because you have some familiarity with NC State, playing them twice like you mentioned earlier, what are the keys to secure the victory tomorrow, in your opinion, and what are the focal points?
Well, I think there's many keys for us. They're obviously a very explosive team offensively. They have some of the best guards in the country. And so it's a real challenge to try and defend them because they have so many different players that can make plays. They have great athleticism. Defensively, they can make plays with their length. They have terrific size. They have a number of players at the 5 position, but all of their players at the 5 position have great size. So it's going to be a very tall task for us. We'll get back and watch the film and get ourselves prepared. But we're looking forward to the matchup. We have a lot of respect for NC State, and we had a tough loss over there, but it was a great game. And I hope both of us are able to put on a great game tomorrow for the ACC Championship.
Thank you.
Do we have any other questions in the room for Duke? Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
There are about 15 minutes left on Duke's open locker room. Is anyone planning to head back that way?